Hello everybody and welcome to week 8 of English 106. This week for our mini lecture, I thought we would talk a little bit about your assignment that's coming up due at the end of the week, which is your persuasive essay. In order to start thinking about that assignment, we're also going to talk about thesis statements. We've talked about this before in class, but we're just going to recap what a thesis statement is and what it does so that you can be really successful in this assignment. So just a reminder, you can always look back at the syllabus to get this information. But let's talk about your persuasive essay. So this is a 2 to 3 page essay where you're going to be doing two things. You're going to be bringing up a problem of something that you see in your daily life, something that you think merits attention from other people and merits attention from a specific audience. You're also going to be coming up with a solution. So what are things, action items that people can do in order to take your opinion about that problem and actually fix it or make something a change, right? So in order to do this, you obviously need to be taking a stand about an issue. And the way that you tell people what that stand is through a thesis statement. So let's look a little bit more closely at what a thesis statement is and what it does. I have a little presentation that we can use in order to talk about this. So a thesis statement, what is it? So two things that a thesis statement is. It's always argumentative. So it's going to let people know what you're talking about, but also what do you think about that? What is your position? It's also going to be organizational. It's going to help people know where you're going in your paper. It's a little roadmap that will let them know where you're going to be, what things are going to be you're going to be talking about in order to prove that your stance is correct. So another way to look at this, another way to think about this is that a thesis is your subject plus your attitude or your stance and also a plan. And those three things together will help make your thesis statement. So let's talk about this. Subject plus attitude plus plan equals your thesis. We're just going to talk about a hypothetical situation or problem. Remember, you don't have to be writing about an issue like this, but this is just something you can refer back to in order to have an example. So let's say that you're a parent of an elementary school age student and you've noticed that in your school district they are cutting art classes. That's something that you're concerned about. You've done a little bit of research about it and you really think that you have an opinion that matters that should be presented to the district. So then your subject is continuing elementary art classes in my school district during budget cuts. Notice that we are specifically talking about your school district. So for a 2 to 3 page paper, it's important to be aware of scope. You have some limitations as to what you can write about. You maybe don't want to write about the whole United States of America and arts education because that's just a really broad topic. So remember to limit your subject to something that's really, you can manage talking about it in only 2 to 3 pages. So what's your attitude? You decide through your research that you think that your district, your specific district, can afford to continue art classes. That's something that's important to you and you think that you have a way to demonstrate that that's true. So you have to give the solution, remember? Not only the problem, but what your solution is. And that's kind of where your plan comes in. After doing some research, you decided that your plan is that your school district can apply for federal grants, cut back on the number of art education teachers or aides, and scale back other expensive programs. So you have something that you know you want to talk about, your subject, a stance, and a way that you're going to put your position into action. So here we go. Your sample thesis just in this case is, although we have recently faced budget cuts, our school district can afford to bring back beneficial art education classes in elementary schools by applying for federal grants, cutting back on the number of art education aides, and scaling back other expensive programs. So I'm going to use my cursor here. You can see that we have a subject, budget cuts and art classes in my district. You have an attitude. I do think we can afford to bring them back, and we have a plan. All these things that we're going to be doing. So you can imagine that the rest of your paper, you'd be talking about all these different things that you can do in order to save money so that you can prove that you can afford to bring back these art education classes. All right, so additional help if you need it. These are 2 websites. I'll put them in my course in the description below my video so that you can click on them. But these are handouts that you can learn more about this subject, attitude, plan, formulation for your thesis on BYU Idaho Writing Center website. It's a great resource for you to use. Also, just remember that if you have any specific questions about the assignment or about thesis statements in general, you can always shoot me an email. So good luck, and I hope you have a great week. Thanks.